What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video in my channel. So in today's video, we're going to talk about maybe not the most exciting subject, but avoiding it can cost you up to 20 million euros or 4% of your annual turnover, whichever is higher. So I highly recommend to listen up closely and keep watching. So essentially, for those that don't really know, in 2018 there was a new privacy policy regulation came out which calls GDPR, which is for EU citizens, and in 2020 California rolled out the CCPA framework, which is basically the same thing just for California residents. So these are basically privacy policy guidelines or framework or rules that meant to protect the personal privacy of each customer or anyone online. So in this video I'm going to explain you exactly what does it mean and how it affects us as dropshippers, and how to simply be compliant without potentially getting fined of up to 20 million euros or any other penalties. All right, just before we dive in, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I share more stuff about e-commerce, Shopify dropshipping, and how to make money online. And with that being said, let's dive in straight to my computer and start with a video. All right, so just before we dive in straight to the solution, let me just kind of share with you the simple terms of these exact policies. So the first one is the GDPR, which is essentially for all EU citizens, and the simple term of it is the General Data Protection Regulation. Is a legal framework that sets guidelines for the collection and processing of personal information for individuals who live in the European Union. And the CCPA is the California Consumer Privacy Act, is a statewide data privacy law that regulates how business all over the world are allowed to handle the personal information of California residents. Now, just to give you kind of a summarize of that, essentially us as e-commerce business owners, we process personal information that help us identify other individuals with that information. So these laws are meant to protect the privacy of residents in the European Union and in California. Now, what that exactly means when it comes to our business is essentially every customer that lives in one of those places has a legal right to be able to know what type of information we collect about him, whether it's email address, first name, phone number, and he has the right to know exactly how are we going to use this information, whether it's providing that to our third-party suppliers, whether it's retargeting them on Facebook, and lastly, we're obligated to give them the option to opt out and ask for deletion, meaning that even after they became our customer and they would like to delete completely their information from our databases, we are legally obligated to do that. Now you probably ask yourself, okay, so what should I do? Should I hire a developer, or how can I implement that to my store? And luckily we have very useful Shopify apps, and there is another one that exactly solves this problem. So the name of the app is GDPR CCPA and Cookie Management by iSense Labs. It has 4.9 star reviews out of 333 reviews. That's pretty impressive. It has a free plan available, which we're going to discuss just in a bit, and 7 days trial if you're going to go for the paid plans. Now overall, it's a very simple app that is going to take away this pain from us of being compliant with taxes, potentially getting fined and stuff like that. And this way we can keep running our business, not being worried about those things, using a solid app like this that take care of all of this for us. So let's go ahead and go over the installation process of this app, which is pretty simple. Let's click on add app, and we're going to install this app right now to our Shopify store. This is just an example store to show you how to install this app. So let's click on install. All right, so now we need to select our plan, and this plan over here basically got you covered of up to 10,000 page views per month. And basically what it means is that if the cookie consent bar was showing over 10,000 times on your website, it's not going to show up anymore unless you upgrade to the next plan. But if you get so many page views per month, you're probably already making some money, so it shouldn't be a problem for you to go ahead and invest in the paid plans. But as I said, you can start 100% for free. So let's select this one. Now over here it asks you whether you want to be compliant with just GDPR or just CCPA. I recommend going with both of them, because if you are doing dropshipping like myself and you don't want to limit your reach and you do want to sell to the EU and United States to California state, just go ahead and select this option. So let's select that, and over here you can select a simple design color, whether it's golden, navy, or jade. Now you can customize it later to your own liking and in specific colors of your brand, so you can skip that if you want. At this section you want to select keep all store cookies until a visitor opts out. This is just to make the process simple, and it basically takes clicks on all the options over here that you can see, I'm going to show you that just in a bit, and your customer will be able to manually opt out from specific preferences or just completely opt out. So let's select that, and now let's go ahead and click finish. All right, so this is going to be our dashboard where we're going to manage our legal pages, requests, deletion requests, customize our cookie bar, and all the good stuff. So first, let's start with global settings and scroll down over here. The first one is show cookie consent bar, which is essentially a cookie consent bar which is going to be displayed at the bottom of our website, so people will be able to confirm or click on preferences to select what they want to confirm to opt in. This one over here is what we selected, whether it's going to be just for GDPR, just CCPA, or all of them. So as you can see over here, there's also a privacy policy by Brazil that its name is LGPD. So this one got you covered for all of them: GDPR, CCPA, and LGPD. So you can leave it as it is. Over here, this is going to be whenever someone is going to request a deletion of their information, you will get an email about it. And over here, you can add a custom email that you want to get all the deletion requests to. The app already generated for us automatically the GDPR and CCPA pages that we can just click on this button if you want and going and watching the pages. All right, so as you can see, we have everything over here. People can come here and click edit your information. They can request a report about their information. So this page essentially makes your website compliant with the GDPR laws. And the good thing is that this app generates that automatically for us. All right, going back to the app, these are over here like premium features, but you're not really going to use them. This one for generating new GDPR and CCPA pages. This one over here, this is something I forgot to mention, is that because the GDPR and the CCPA guidelines compliant only to her citizen or residents, so the app is not going to show up unless you actually locate it in this place. And that is actually a good thing, because this way it's not going to waste our 10,000 page view limit for customers that we don't need to show this cookie consent bar for. So let's go ahead and move on to cookie consent bar. Over here, you basically can edit the different options of the consent bar and the preferences tab. I don't really recommend touching it too much, but you want to make sure that over here at this part of the privacy policy link that you actually put in your privacy policy link. And the rest of the settings, I do recommend you to leave it as it is for best practices. But if you have a different situation that you need to make some changes based on your business, so go ahead and do that. But if you're doing dropshipping like myself, using the default settings is going to be more than enough. All right, moving on to the design settings. This one over here, you can basically design how the consent bar is going to look on your website. I do recommend just using your brand colors that are already on your website so it will look congruent. So let's say I want to have like kind of a white grayish background like this. The text color I want to have in black like this. And let's say that my call to action button is orange like this. And boom, there you go. So now let's say if these are like my main colors on the website, it will be congruent and it will look much better. All right, let's go ahead and save that. All right, next thing is translation. If your Shopify store is in a different language, you can go ahead and select the specific language that you're using. For now, we'll keep it on English. Policy acceptance is where people are going to click on accept whenever the cookie bar is going to show up. Over here, you're going to see all the GDPR and CCPA requests that you have. And you have a couple more things over here, which at this part, deletion requests, this is where you're going to see all the requests that you have from customers that want to completely delete their information or some of the information from your database. And lastly, we have the help center. So in case you have any question about the app or different guidelines, make sure to contact their support. You can also use the chat over here. Overall, a great app, straight to the point, not too complicated to use, and you can sleep well knowing that you are 100% compliant with any privacy laws for us as e-commerce business owners. One last thing that I want to share with you is that in case you are not able to see your cookie consent bar on your website because you might not live in Europe or California, all you have to do is to come over here to global settings, click on the drop down menu over here and click on admin mode. And now if you will click on preview and you will go to your store preview, you will see that there you go. Now we have our bar over here. It looks pretty good. You can click on accept to see if that actually works. You can click on preferences, seeing what type of options do you have over here. So let's click accept all. And if we go back to the app and refresh the page, now you can see that daily accepted policy is showing up over here as one. And you can see that on the policy acceptance tab as well. All right, so this is pretty much it for the app. I'll make sure to link it down below in the description. Make sure to check it out. It's 100% free to start. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so so much for watching, amigos, and until next time, my friends, peace.